Hey, what's up everybody? I just got back from Pilates wearing my favorite t-shirt that I want to tell you a story about. This has to do with going for greatness and making sure you've got the right coaches and mentors around you to support you in overcoming any limitations that you may have within yourself. Last year when the pandemic hit, I gave up hot yoga. One, because the gym was closed. Two, because I didn't want to wear a mask when it finally did reopen in 100 and whatever degrees, right? It was just a little bit more challenging to do yoga that way. So I found a newfound joy, and that is Pilates. And I hired a Pilates trainer to really help me build up strength, flexibility, alignment, congruence, and overall fitness. And I have to say this has been just a joy in many different ways. Part of the joy was the coach, the trainer that really inspired me to become more than I thought I could be. Oksana, hailing from the former Soviet Union, brought up in that time period under completely different conditions, challenged me regularly to see what was possible for me before I could imagine that I could handle that amount of weight or pull or tension or strength, and would be curious about where I was getting myself kind of stagnant or stuck. I would accuse her of dreaming up crazy exercises in the middle of the night to actually attune to exactly what my body needed to get into more alignment, because she would come up with things that were a little bit of a modification on the regular practice, but exactly what my physiology needed to expand, to grow. And as I would struggle with some of these exercises and she pushed to challenge me, she at the same time supported me in my belief within myself to meet the challenge at hand. And one day when I was struggling with one of the exercises, she sort of leaned in. I was whiny a little bit, and she said, "Well, I'm not here to make your life easy, cupcake." And I just burst out laughing because we had such a foundation of trust, and I felt such support, such encouragement, such goodwill, such belief in my sense of growth and possibility from her, that I could receive the challenge and the teasing with delight, actually. So as I continued to do the exercises and laughing hysterically as I was going along, I was getting stronger and enjoying it along the way. And it led to more creativity on her part, more possibilities for our workouts together, and inevitably for our friendship. To me, Oksana is a great example of the beautiful balance between challenge and support that we want to provide ourselves or our teams when we want to move beyond limitations into possibilities, when we want to achieve something great. And indeed, that balance between challenge and support is something that has been researched for decades in education. It's often a model that educators will look at to find the right balance in the classroom for a broader group of students as well as one-on-one. In leadership development, we look at everything from situational leadership to more advanced models of leadership development at the executive level that look at how we stretch people beyond their comfort zone a little bit so that it moves them beyond comfort into learning, exploration, and growth, but not so far that we push them into anxiety and panic and shut down. And then we help unlock their own belief in their own ability to meet those challenges at hand. That builds collective momentum forward. The flow state is another thing that is similar to this, where we shoot for a higher challenge and then really help facilitate someone's belief in their ability to meet that challenge. Sports psychologists, athletes, high performers of all sorts use this balance. And when we get it right, magic unfolds. We unleash energy, we unleash performance. When we get it slightly wrong, and a lot of us do, a lot of the time, studies will show, if we're high support, we're really supportive, but we don't challenge people enough, then we're allowing them to stay in their comfort zone. And frankly, they're not growing and optimizing their potential, and we're certainly not generating as much value as we could within the team. However, in a lot of teams, as studies will show, in fact, a recent McKinsey study done in February of 2021 showed that 61% of employees feel that they have high challenge, low support managers, which is more the flavor of, guys, we've got a mountain to climb together. Our growth curve looked like this. It now looks like this. We need to pitch in and climb up and, I'm not here to babysit you. This is why you get paid the big bucks. So, we need to get on with it. Here's a size 2 spreadsheet that I need you to fill in, and we're going to monitor your progress along the way because I want you to see how clearly we're missing the gap because our challenge is high. I'm being a little facetious, but it's this idea of believing that the more that we can be clear on the expectations and the vision and be very strong in holding people accountable and demanding productivity and KPI and measurement to make sure that we're progressing towards what we want to achieve, that clarity will compel us forward. Now, there's nothing wrong with clarity of vision and holding people accountable. In fact, we've got to dial that up if it's not been dialed up enough, right? Demand diverse opinions and exchange of ideas to get to the best path forward. Inspire people with visions of how common people can do uncommon things. But at the same time, if we have not built a psychologically safe environment where we feel comfortable in saying, you know what, I disagree, or, I see it a different way, and here's my idea. Let's try this out. Let's experiment with this. I feel like we've forgotten X, Y, Z, and we might want to try ABC, right? Where curiosity is rewarded, where creativity is heralded, where people have space to try something new, and when it doesn't hit the mark, when it indeed even fails, they acknowledge it and say, hey, I was wrong, this didn't work, but here's the learning that I got. Let's integrate that, let's keep on going. That basis of psychological safety, and in fact the McKinsey study showed the importance of psychological safety, just sort of further validating the original Google study on psychological safety from Project Aristotle years ago. If that foundation is not there, then you can challenge all you want, but you're not going to get that balance between challenge and support right. And when you say, I'm not here to make your life easy, cupcake, it will be received entirely differently because you've over-indexed on the challenge and under-indexed on the support. Find the right balance. And that same phrase, which I actually have even put on a t-shirt because it was so hysterical, and I gave one to Oksana. And it's just a reminder to me to kind of stay in that right balance that unleashes joy and productivity. If you find that right balance, there's so much more that's possible. Some of the best coaches in my life have seen the potential in me before I saw and owned it in myself. And they wouldn't let me step away from what they could see was budding greatness that wanted to emerge, even when I was doubting myself. And they found that right balance between challenge and support. Believing in me and then chunking the goals down in such a degree that I could then meet that challenge at hand for the first goal, feel confident, anchor myself, then chunk the next goal, meet that challenge, get some momentum, meet that challenge, get that momentum. And that's what Oksana has done in Pilates as well. How might you take this principle of finding the balance between challenge and support and integrate it into your work, your team, and maybe even your life to optimize more of what inherently lies within you, which is much greater potential than you may have even admitted to yourself. So I hope that gives you something to ponder and put into practice. And you know what? Please know I'm here wanting to stretch us all together to step into limitless possibilities. And I'm not here to make our lives easy, cupcake, right? In terms of not believing in possibilities. There's always more possibilities than originally present, and I'm going to keep coming back at you with more ways that we can tap into that to be able to actualize limitless possibilities. You can hear more about our plans to move into limitless actualization on LinkedIn and Instagram, and I hope to see you there.